Hey Education Boxer, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be doing something different. As you can see, we're going to be doing Python. So I'm going to be starting a new series on learning Python, and this is the first one. So today we'll be looking at the basics of Python and a bit about variables. Okay, so let's go over the very basics. You can obviously do any operation that you want in Python. So you can add two numbers together, you can subtract two numbers, you can multiply, like 6 times 7 42. You can divide numbers using this slash and the asterisk symbol for multiplying and dividing. And there are other things you can do. You can have a power, like 3 to the power of 2 would be with 2 asterisks, and then that's multiplying 3 by itself twice. Okay, so what we can do from here is to say that A is equal to hello world. So basically what we've done here is we've assigned the words hello world to the letter A. So when we type in the letter A, it should say hello world, or if we print A, it should also say hello world. Now a second thing that we can do here is to do something with dictionaries. So let's say B is equal to square bracket hello and then world. So what we've done here is we've assigned these two strings in a list with the letter B. So in terms of index, this will be index 0 and this will be index 1, because it always starts with 0 in a list. So if we do B with a square bracket and we put 0, it should print hello, since hello is the 0th index technically. And if we do B1, it should print world. Something else we can do here is we can add things to a list. So let's say we can say B plus, and then 1 2 3 4 5. And now if we since we did that, it adds the numbers 1 2 3 4 5 to our list. Now another thing we can do is we can have something called a dictionary. So let's say C is equal to curly bracket favorite color, and then colon blue, close the curly bracket. We can say C and then square bracket favorite color, and then close this, and then it will print blue, since we've set blue as our favorite color in this dictionary. And another thing we can do is we can say like D is equal to curly bracket 1 2 I'm just gonna repeat some of them, 2 3 3 4 5 5 6, and then we close it, and then we type in D. It will actually ignore all of the repeated numbers and just print the single numbers that are in the dictionary. So now we also have something called for loops. So let's create another list. Let's just call it D is equal to, and then let's say blue, and then red, and then green. I'm just going to say random colors. And then if we do for, I don't know, item in D, print item, and then what that will do is to print all of the items in the list D. And then another thing we can do is we can say for I in range 0 to 10, close the bracket. We can say print I, and then this would print I 10 times, as you would expect. Then we have while loops. So we can say, let's say x is equal to 10. Then we can say while x is greater than 0. We can say print x, and then we can say x minus equals to 1 to prevent an infinite loop from happening. And then what that will do is to continue printing x every time until it reaches a number that is less than 0, or 0 itself. And then another thing we can do is we can create functions. So what we need to do to create a function is we need to say like def, and then I'm just going to call it like func, close brackets, and then we can say print hello world, and then we can do this. Now to run the function, all we need to do is to type in func with the two brackets, and then it will run whatever is inside the function. And if we want to loop our function, we can also use what we learned earlier. We can say for I in range, I'll just say 0 to 5. Then we can do func, and then that will do is run the function 5 times. So let's talk a bit more about variables. So let's say I set a to the number 5. So if we type in a, obviously it will print 5. But then what if I say a is equal to 7? Now if I print a, it will obviously be 7 now. So now what if I say g, or g is equal to a. G will of course be 7, but then let's say I say that a is equal to 10 now. G will still say as 7 and a will be 10. So now what we can also do is we can add or subtract or multiply or divide these two numbers together. So let's say we can do a plus g, and that will add 10 and 7 to make 17, or we can do a minus g, or you can multiply them, or anything you want. So let's say you have two variables and you want to swap them around. So let's say you have a is equal to hello, and then b is equal to world. Now of course a will be equal to hello and b will be equal to be hello. So let's say you want to swap them around. Well, you might be thinking, oh yeah, you can just say that b is equal to this string hello, and then a is equal to this string world. Now you would be correct because it does work. However, there is a quicker method. So now you also may be wondering, well, why don't I just say a is equal to b and b is equal to a? Well, what that will do is, since a is now equal to b, so since b was hello, a will be hello. But since a is already hello, and then we're saying that b is equal to a, b will also be hello. So if we type in a, it will be hello, and b will also be hello. So this solution won't work. So let's just say temp1 is equal to, so let's just say that b is equal to world now. So let's just say temp1 is equal to a, and temp2 is equal to b. Now what we can say here is that now we can say b is equal to temp1 and a is equal to temp2. So a was supposed to be hello and b is world, but now since we swapped them around, a should be world and b should be hello. So that is one solution to this type of problem. So that will be all for today's video. Just a very quick, simple introduction to Python, a bit about for loops, while loops, a bit about variables and everything. But that will be all, and as always,